Imagine an old man sitting silently in a field at sunset, his calloused hand resting on the warm flank of a cow. They haven't spoken a word in years, yet they understand each other perfectly. How can two beings from different worlds share a bond deeper than language? This is the story of Henry, an 82-year-old widower, and Bella, the dairy cow who became his only family. Today, you'll discover how their extraordinary friendship reveals the hidden emotional intelligence of animals and the science behind why creatures like Bella can heal human loneliness. Stay until the end to witness the moment that changed Henry's life forever. Henry lived alone on a weathered farm after losing his wife. His days were quiet, his world shrinking, until Bella arrived. She wasn't just livestock. She was a gentle soul with eyes that seemed to read his grief. Every dawn, Henry would trudge to the barn, and Bella would greet him with a soft nudge, her breath warm against his palms. Researchers call this cross-species empathy, animals mirroring human emotions. But Bella did more. She'd rest her head on Henry's lap when he wept, sensing sorrow without a sound. And here's what's fascinating. Cows have remarkable long-term memories. They never forget kindness or cruelty. Bella remembered Henry's gentle touch, and it built trust that defied instinct. But this was just the beginning. What happened next would test their bond in ways Henry never imagined. If you've ever felt understood by an animal, give this video a thumbs up. It tells us we're not alone in this journey. One icy winter, Henry fell ill. Feverish and too weak to leave his bed, he missed their morning ritual for the first time in years. Back in the barn, Bella grew restless. She paced her stall, calling out with worried moos. Why? Because cows recognize human voices and routines. When familiar patterns break, they sense danger. Bella's distress wasn't hunger. It was fear for Henry. For 3 days, she refused to eat, fixated on the farmhouse. Then something incredible happened. Bella broke free, nudging open the barn door. She lumbered through snowdrifts straight to his bedroom window and stood guard. Neighbors found her there, frost on her lashes, staring at the glass. Veterinarians call this cross-species devotion, a choice to protect beyond survival. But the most astonishing proof of their bond was still to come. Think Bella's loyalty was a fluke? Subscribe right now for more stories where animals defy expectations. You won't want to miss what's next. During a storm last spring, Henry slipped in the mud, his hip cracking on impact. Trapped and in agony, he couldn't shout for help. But Bella, grazing nearby, saw him fall. She sprinted to the road, a place she'd always feared, and planted herself in front of a passing car. The driver stopped, confused by this cow blocking traffic, until Bella turned and stared urgently toward Henry's field. That silent plea saved his life. Rescue crews later found Henry, and doctors said minutes mattered. How did Bella know? Science confirms cows interpret human body language. A slumped posture signals distress. Eye contact is a cry for aid. But Bella's courage went deeper. She conquered her own fears to summon help, proof that love can turn prey animals into protectors. That day, Henry didn't just gain a second chance. He learned that true companionship needs no words, only presence. Henry and Bella's story teaches us that bonds aren't built on speech, but on silent acts of understanding. In a disconnected world, their devotion reminds us we're never truly alone when we open our hearts to other beings. If this moved you, share your own story of an animal who changed your life in the comments. And if you believe in connections beyond words, hit subscribe and tap the bell. Our next video reveals how elephants mourn like humans. You won't believe the parallels. Until then, remember, sometimes the loudest love speaks in whispers.